Just to walk into this theater, you can't help but be transported back to thinking about what was it like when it was in its heyday. It just makes you think that way. I've talked to so many people in my time around the theater that say it's such a marvelous place, and they can't believe that this theater was purchased just 2 weeks ahead of the developers. So instead of sitting here in this library, we could very well have been sitting in any number of hotels or parking garages or what have you, because the California developers were here knocking at the door, had their money down, and Ida and her wisdom bought it out right up underneath them. We're happy for that. We're happy. Yes, it would be a real shame for something like this to disappear and not be available to the people that can come down and see it today.
I'm Ida Cole, and I'm founding director of the Seattle Theater Group. We were a port town, had more than 40 of these at one time because sailors would come in and there would be vaudeville shows and there would be movies. There were a lot of them all over Seattle. And there were maybe 3 or 4 left. The Orpheum had gone, which was another grand palace. The Paramount was next on the list. Now the Paramount was the property that was in prime consideration for the expansion of the convention center. And I just thought, that just can't happen. Just can't happen. I really had no idea, once we started cleaning off years of grime and cigarette smoke, you know, things like that actually these chandeliers could gleam as brightly as they did, that there was quite as much detail in all of this wonderful plaster. It looked just the way it should. We closed the theater and we reopened in March of 1995 with a brand new large truck and bus production of Miss Saigon, helicopter and all. It was fabulous, but it meant that all the work had to be done on a certain day. It's sort of like, you know, if you're having the swimming competitions in the Olympics, the pool better be ready.
Well, of course, the remodel when we went to the much deeper stage where we can do the Broadway shows that are, you know, of this day and age. We're much deeper. We were only 29 feet deep before. We're like 46 now. So we can fit the big boy shows. This used to be the back wall of the theater. I used to park my car about right here, 25 feet up, essentially. This was the old foundation to the old building. So from here back is all new. If we were in a smaller theater, they would have to cut something of the show if they didn't have the depth and the width required in a smaller theater or the old theater here. So this was where the building was put together, right here, in this little 4 feet between new, or old and new. So this is all new to us, brand new counterweight system, 66 sets, 1,400 pounds per set. I mean, before a counterweight system, there was a hemp house where they just hung sandbags off the end of it till it got to the right weight. So it's nice to have all this new equipment to be able to work and do shows that are out there today. Just kind of the inners of the theater here.
I wanted people to come here and have the space complement and enhance their experience of whatever they were seeing here. And the Paramount was built so that ordinary people could come in and feel like royalty for the few hours they were here. That it wasn't just a place they came to hear whomever, but it was, in fact, their place. And when they wanted to go to a palace, this is where they could come and they could be, you know, king of the hill.
The Paramount in particular is the people's theater because every month, every week, and nearly every day, there are arts activities happening here that welcome each and every person from a wide variety of interests into these theaters for performing arts experiences.
This is not a space that it takes a fortune to walk into. You don't need to be educated in the finer arts to find something here to appreciate, and yet if you are educated in the finer arts, there's something here for you to appreciate as well.
I believe firmly in the importance of making these historic theaters alive and vibrant and serving our communities as the People's Theater.
We're showing these same fabulous shows that we showed back in 1928. And this is what drew the people to this theater. And it's continuing to draw people to the theater. So yeah, we're absolutely doing exactly what we should be doing with this theater.
It's important that our great-grandparents and our grandparents and our parents went here, and that our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren will come here. This is what weaves together a community. This is one of those places that makes Seattle what it is.